I went flying over the weekend, but I didn't actually record any of it, which is a bit unusual for someone who spends most of their time flying and making videos on YouTube. I want to explain why, and I want to give you an update on a few things happening on the channel over the next few months, which I think you might be interested in. Meet you back here in 5 seconds with a coffee. So this is going to be a quick update video on why I didn't record that flight, but also letting you know what's happening on the channel over the next few weeks. Also, yeah, so on Sunday I did fly Echo Yankee Zulu and I did have some cameras on board, but I didn't make a video off that flight, and I want to share with you the 2 reasons why. First of all, just a bit of context. When I'm filming my flights, I basically do the normal pre-flight for the aircraft, so the walk around, check the fuel, the oil, the control surfaces, all the normal stuff that you would do, and then I stop and I have what I call a camera pre-flight, which is about a 10 or 15 minute process of setting up the cameras, setting up the audio, make sure everything's recording, just make sure everything's ready to go before I then start the aircraft, do the run-ups, takeoff, all the normal stuff. But on Sunday we didn't have a lot of time. I was flying with my daughter and I wanted to make sure that I maximized the flight and gave her the best experience I could. So I just put the wing-mounted camera on, which you're looking at in the background here, and instead, and this is the second reason, I just thought it was a nice opportunity to focus on the flight. And yes, I know that means I don't have a video of me flying to share with you this week. But what I did want to share with you is just a quick thought, in that if you fly and you do share your content online as well, on YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is, just sometimes give yourself a flight for yourself and don't film it. It's actually a really nice experience just to jump in the plane, go flying, and just remind yourself that, this is why we fly. It's not just to make videos. It's not just to grow a YouTube channel. It's not just to grow an Instagram account. It's actually because flying is bloody good fun. And being there in the moment and not worrying about the filming side of it and the sharing side of it and the social media side of it and how many likes it got and how many followers, just enjoying the fact that you are able to fly and do something which so many people in this world can't do. Man, that's beautiful. Right, coming up on the channel in the next couple of weeks, very excited to share this with you. I'm going to be traveling to Europe via Japan. Obviously, I'll be making videos of the commercial travel. I'm flying a few airlines that I've never flown before. Finnair is one of them, so flying out of Osaka into Helsinki with Finnair. Never done that before, so I'm excited to share that with you as well. Travel vlogging my way around Japan. Then ending up in the UK, and the purpose of this trip really for me is I'm then spending the next 3 weeks flying with a friend of mine, Philippe. Now you would have seen him on this channel before. We flew a brand new SR20 G6 out of London Oxford Airport. Philippe has got a brand new SR22, a November registered, so it's a US registered aircraft in the UK now, and I want to share with you what it's like flying in the UK. So the different airspace, the different procedures out there, air traffic control, what it's like speaking to them, a whole bunch of new airfields that we're going to go and visit. I'm also in the process of doing a conversion, what they call a license verification for the FAA. So with my CASA, my Australian license, I can get a license verification through the FAA, meaning I'm then legally allowed to fly N-registered aircraft. So I'll be sharing the process of getting your license converted overseas. If you are thinking of doing flying overseas yourself in the future as well, it's just forms. It's just a bunch of forms, like everything in aviation. It's just forms, 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 forms. Then in the second week, we're flying through Continental Europe, so Sweden, Denmark, I think we're going over the Swiss Alps. And at the end of that week, on the 15th of June, if you happen to be anywhere near Wickham Air Park and you want to come down to a bit of an aviation get-together, I'm going to be at the Aero Expo. I'll be at Aero Expo at High Wycombe, and I'm going to be doing a meetup on the morning of June the 15th. I'm also doing a bit of a talk and a presentation. I'm kind of doing this like YouTube and flying thing, so some of my editing tips, some of my highlights, how to start a channel, how to grow it, that kind of thing. So if you want to come down and listen to the YouTube side of things, come and listen to the talk, or if you just want to come down to the meetup and come and say hi, it'd be great to see you there. And then in the third week, and this is the part that I'm most excited about, I think, on the whole trip, we're going to be taking the aircraft up to the top of Scotland, refueling, flying over water and landing at Reykjavik in Iceland, so I can practice long over water flying, what it's like to get clearance to fly into another country, what we do if the weather's no good at Reykjavik, what's our option for an alternate, what are we going to do if we need to divert, what are the emergency equipment we need to carry doing that long over water flight as well. All of that I'm going to put together in a couple of special videos flying from the UK to Iceland, and then obviously exploring Iceland as well. It's a country I've never been to, having a look around and then flying home again, all in the SR22 with Philippe. That is going to be some really interesting content for me to film and to experience, and I hope you're going to enjoy it on this channel as well. So that's all coming up. And what's happening to Echo Yankee Zulu whilst I'm away? You may be asking. Well, she's not just going to be sitting in the hangar. Echo Yankee Zulu is being flown to Uluru right now with the team from Blue Demon. You can follow her adventures if you follow the Blue Demon account on Facebook. They're going to be posting some pictures on there. Stephen, who you've seen on the channel before, he's flying Echo Yankee Zulu up there at the moment. So she's getting a holiday as well. Don't worry, it's not just me. And just finally, before I go, I mentioned this on my Twitter and Facebook accounts as well this week. If you haven't followed the adventures of a young pilot called Solomon Cameron, I'll put a link down below. Jump onto his website. He's a 15-year-old pilot based out of Bendigo here in Victoria. He's currently flying solo around Australia. Now, flying solo around 2/3 of Australia was something I didn't do until I was whatever age I currently am right now. But he's 15. He's also got a GoFundMe account and he's raising money for Angel Flight. I've met Solomon a couple of times. He's a great guy, and you know what he's doing for any pilot is big, but as a 15-year-old, it's just an epic, inspiring story. So check him out, follow him on his flight tracking, and if you want to donate as well to help him raise money for Angel Flight, I'll link to his GoFundMe account down below. So plenty of aviation and travel content coming up on the channel. Make sure you subscribed if you haven't subscribed already, so you get to see all of that content when it comes out. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video. That is all. Goodbye.